everyone, either welcome or welcome back to my channel. I've always really loved listening to music on my computer or through earbuds connected to my phone, as it was soothing for my soul, and the lyrics or beat of each song I listened to made me feel as though I was being understood for once in my life. When I was 14 and got to high school, I moved out to the country closer to my relatives on my dad's side, who all really liked to listen to the country station on the radio, and as I heard more of it, I couldn't help becoming a country listener myself. One of the first of these songs I'd heard my paternal aunts listen to on repeat was Pontoon by Little Big Town. I was drawn into this song by the smooth and intricate blend of the four singers' voices and the bluegrass-inspired guitar instrumentation. This, the first in my series of artist analysis videos, as the series title implies, I'm going to analyze Little Big Town's music in terms of each of the country quartet's albums in the order they were released, with special emphasis on the singles and popular songs on each album. Now let's get started! To this day, Little Big Town is still composed of its original four members: Karen Fairchild, Kimberly Schlapman, Jimmy Westbrook, and Philip Sweet. The two women of the group, Fairchild and Schlapman, met each other through the vocal ensembles they were involved with at Samford University in 1987. In the 1990s, Schlapman and Fairchild moved to Nashville, Tennessee, and formed a singing duo. In 1998, Jimmy Westbrook grew the duo into a trio, and not long after that, Philip Sweet would make them a quartet. As soon as their group was formed, LBT made a record deal with Mercury Nashville Records, but didn't get the chance to release any music before the label dropped the band. But even after this snafu, LBT didn't give up. They took various opportunities as backup singers and co-writers in the country music industry until 2002, when they finally got a new record deal with Monument Records Nashville. With this, LBT would see the release of its eponymous debut album. Of the 10 songs on this album, its two singles were Don't Waste My Time, which reached number 33 on the Billboard Hot Country Songs chart, and Everything Changes, which reached 42. The album itself reached number 40 on the Billboard Top Country Albums. Unfortunately, just as LBT was rising to fame and starting to find success as a musical artist, they fell on a series of hard times. Just as Little Big Town was released, not only did Westbrook's father pass away, but Westbrook and Fairchild both divorced their spouses. On top of that, the Nashville branch of Monument Records was dissolved, forcing the record label to drop LBT. At this point, the four members of LBT found themselves taking day jobs to supplement what they made from their music. By 2005, it seemed like all hope was lost for the band, but boy did they prove themselves and everyone wrong. History repeated itself when, after being dropped by a record label for the second time, LBT persisted through their adversity and signed themselves to Equity Music Group. It was through this country music label that LBT was able to release their second studio album, The Road to Here. The four singles on this album are Good as Gone, Boondocks, Bring It On Home, and A Little More You. Bring It On Home reached number 4 on the Billboard Country Hot 100, and Boondocks, in which the singers express pride and nostalgia about their rural roots, reached number 9 and was gold certified by the RIAA as a single. In fact, the whole album was certified platinum by the RIAA and was nominated for Best Country Album at the 49th Annual Grammy Awards. One of the songs on The Road to Here is an acoustic rendition of the song Stay from the band's debut album. In the liner notes, Schlapman, who was known then as Kimberly Rhodes, was inspired to write the album song Lost after being widowed. 2 years after releasing The Road to Here, Little Big Town released their third studio album and their second one under Equity Music Group, A Place to Land. The album featured 3 singles, the most notable of the 3 being I'm With the Band. That song peaked at number 32 on the Billboard Country Hot 100. But here's the kicker. In 2008, LBT transferred from Equity Music Group to Capitol Records Nashville, and when that happened, Capitol Records re-released A Place to Land. The re-release of the album added tracks to the original Equity Music Group release of the album, the most notable of which is a live recording of Life in a Northern Town featuring Jake Owen and Sugarland. Although this live rendition wasn't released as a single, it did reach number 28 on the Billboard Country Hot 100. In addition to Life in a Northern Town, Capitol Records further promoted the tracks Fine Line and Good Lord Willing. Every year from 2005 to 2009, Little Big Town was nominated for Vocal Group of the Year at the Country Music Association or CMA Awards. With a new decade came a new chapter in LBT's music career. In March 2010, LBT released the single Little White Church as a lead-off single to their 4th studio album and first completely new one released under Capitol Nashville, The Reason Why. Said single is an up-tempo country song backed primarily by electric guitar with a hand clap during the pre-chorus. In the lyrics, the female narrator is annoyed with her love interest because he hasn't taken her to the Little White Church so they can get married. This single was the band's first one to be released to the radio and peaked at number 6 on the Billboard Country Hot 100, a record for the band at the time. The album's title track was released as a digital single on iTunes on July 27, 2010, to begin an iTunes countdown to the album's official release on August 24th. In addition to the aforementioned tracks, Kiss Goodbye was also released as a single. The Reason Why and Kiss Goodbye both peaked at number 42 on the Billboard Country Hot 100. Reviews generally praised the album for the renewed energy, so to speak, the band demonstrated in it, as well as the growth the band had shown supposedly in their vocals, instrumentation, and lyrics since their 2005 album, The Road to Here. On April 30th, 2012, Little Big Town released Pontoon, the lead single for their 5th studio album, Tornado. In September, when the album was released, Pontoon became LBT's first ever single to reach number 1 on the Billboard Country Hot 100 and the song is their fastest rising single to date. The album's title song, in whose lyrics an angry woman seeks revenge on a man who broke her heart, is the album's 2nd single and was released on October 1st, 2012. Other singles on the album Tornado include Sober and Your Side of the Bed. Tornado, the album, has many significances to it, with one being that it was Little Big Town's first album to be produced by Jay Joyce at Capitol Records in Nashville. But moreover, the album stayed atop the Billboard Country Albums charts for 5 weeks, making it LBT's longest number 1 album. But perhaps most importantly, Tornado is the band's 2nd album to be certified platinum by the RIAA after The Road to Here, and also marks the first time since the release of The Road to Here that LBT has produced 2 top 10 singles off of 1 album. Tornado may have been the pinnacle album of LBT's music career, at least at the time, but that wasn't where it ended. After that, and even to this day, LBT is producing good country music with its classic country instrumentation and 4-part harmonies. Learn more about this in my next video, part 2 of this video essay. See you then!